So not too long ago, I had made a video titled How to Get Level 50 Pets Really Quick and Easy and Grow a Garden. And, well, in that video, I gave a ton of great methods on how to do that. But in the current new modern version of Grow a Garden, there are some much better ways. And not even just getting level 50 pets, but rather level 100 pets. Yes, you heard me right, guys. So in today's video, guys, I'm going to talk to you guys how you can get extremely high level pets really quickly in Grow a Garden as of the cooking event part 2. Now, let's get into the video. So guys, before I get into it, there's going to be filled with a ton of information throughout the video, so make sure to watch throughout the entire video so you do not miss any crucial information. Now, obviously, we know about the capybara, the Dilophosaurus, all of these great methods, but the capybara method has been buffed tremendously. If you don't know, the capybara is obtained from the paradise egg, so if you go over to the egg shop, you just go to pet eggs, and boom, paradise egg. And it is a 21% chance of getting it, so it is fairly common. And if you don't know its ability, well, it's pretty broken. Basically, every pet within a certain amount of studs of the capybara, well, will gain certain XP and won't lose hunger. Now, if you don't know by now, they added the Pancake Stacks. So I have a ton of these. So all you really have to do is place a pancake stack and a bunch of pets are going to be attracted to it. Okay, see, these mimics are already coming close to it. Yep, another mimic. It's just broken. So what you can use is a bunch of capybaras plus the pet you want to age, or if you just want to age your capybara, and you basically have an infinite amount of never-ending hunger, a ton of extra XP. You do this overnight, I guarantee you, you will be farming level 50 pets like there's no tomorrow. So yes, that is the first new method you do not want to miss out, and that is using Pancake Stacks. I have a full video out on my channel talking about how to fully abuse this new method and how to easily be getting the Pancake Stacks. Now, the next method I'm going to be talking about is the Dilophosaurus. And really, it's not much of a method. And I don't really recommend using Dilophosauruses anymore unless you have huge, gigantic, titanic, rainbow ones, level 100 already. Otherwise, they're not worth using. And I'll tell you why. First, they are a whopping 3% from the primal egg. First, a 3% is pretty decently hard to get. Plus, they're from an egg that's no longer obtainable, and even when the egg was obtainable, it wasn't really easy to get. So Dilophosauruses have a lot of extra value when you could just be getting capybaras, which have a lot more value for what they give. So you can be using Dilophosauruses, however, I don't recommend it. But now the pet I do recommend the most is actually going to be the blood owl, basically giving XP every so often, and it is such a boost. And the only reason why this isn't, well, one of the best methods, I still would put the capybara over it, is because the blood owls are no longer obtainable. I do have a trading guide video out right now, and I'm going to be making an updated trading guide on how to actually find trades and make good trades. So make sure to stay tuned for that video coming soon. However, blood owls are kind of up there, close to the Dilophosaurus, more value though, so they are a little tricky to find. However, guys, if you want me to give one away, if we can get this video to 150 likes, guys, I know it sounds like a lot, but I know you guys can do that, so make sure to smash that like button right now, and I will give away one blood owl to one lucky person who comments down their username. But that's the third method, obviously using blood owls. But now let's get into the main method. And the main method does require a ton of grinding. And it requires these French fry ferrets. You see, I have 2 of them here. I did have 3, but I did trade for one of them. However, it's fine. I'm going to get a full team of them anyways. Let's take a look at its stats. It's just going to blow you out of the water. These stats. Every so often, increases a random pet's level by 1. Ability cannot be mimicked or refreshed. Basically, the second part means you can't use Mimic Octopus to, well, have multiple pets doing it, but you can also not use Queen Bees to refresh the abilities. That's not nerfing it, though. It is so broken, and I don't hear anybody talking about this, because I don't know how many people realize this, and how many people actually want to talk about it. It is so broken. So obviously, as you age it, as you get it more weight to it, it's obviously going to be less and less time that it takes to age a pet by 1. However, there is another way to bypass that, and it requires one thing in particular. So if you head over to the gear shop, just the gear shop, nothing special. What do we have in here that can be overlooked? Well, we have the medium treat and the medium toy. Medium treat we don't care about, but what does the medium toy do? It gives your pet a medium boost to their passive ability. We're going to stop talking about this method for 1 second. These medium toys can be used on the capybaras, the Dilophosauruses, the blood owls, any pet. Any pet, you need to always be using a medium toy and a medium treat. These treats are so overlooked. How much better I would be at the game if I was always using them. And that's not the only way to obtain them. You can get very, very similar items just by crafting them over here, such as 3 medium treats and 3 medium toys. And these are really simple stuff everybody can have. These are beginner player friendly. But if you are currently playing the game during the Kitchen Storm event, well, it's the best time you can be playing. Because you have the Rat Connoisseur over here. But more importantly, you got Chris P. Chris P, let's just review his rewards. Yeah, 2x small toys, medium toys. And these are common rewards. Anybody can get these. You don't need bone blossoms. You don't need this. You don't need that. You just need very basic stuff, and you will almost always get them. Now, how does this work so good with French fry ferrets? Well, let me tell you. I'm just going to pull out, I'm going to search up toy in my inventory, and I'm going to use both. So I'm just going to put all these toys on my pets real quick. But I want you to watch. 42 minutes. Now I'm going to place this down on a French fry ferret. 30 minutes. Now I'm also going to put this on. 24 minutes. I just cut down the time by almost half the time just by using these. And you can do these every 5 minutes. If you still don't see how OP this is, you can literally get at least one age. You only need one French fry ferret every 15 minutes. That's at least 4 times better, and that's if you have a level 0 basic weight French fry ferret. Guys, this method is OP, and I wouldn't be surprised if they eventually nerf these toys. But guys, I highly recommend either way doing it right now because it is such a good grinding method. And yeah, you can do these on any pets. It does not have to be French fry ferrets. But I feel like this is something overlooked by many, and it's just such a game changer, guys. So that is the main method I highly, highly, highly recommend doing. It is just going to change how you progress through the game super rapidly. Now, just to recap, the 2 main takeaways I really want you to get is using Pancake Stacks and using toys. And you can be using toys on mimics, raccoons, dragonflies, butterflies, any pet they work great on. So guys, do this, but right now, farm up as many of these as possible because they're going to not be as easy to obtain once the Kitchen Storm event leaves. If it does leave, we're not really sure. But this is broken, guys, and I highly, highly recommend doing this method now before it is too late. And that is about all I have for you guys for today's video, guys. And as always, if you found this video helpful, guys, please make sure to like and subscribe for more amazing content on Grow a Garden and just best ways to grind, tips and tricks, anything you need. I will always be the first person to tell you. And yeah, so I'll see you in the next one.